watching Boots like just just put on a master class last night. His jab was on point last night. The body shots was crazy. Like he was investing in the body. Like he was. I thought he was damn near. I think either I was it the first or the second round. He hit Stanionis with a crazy body shot from like the first or the second round. It was crazy. Like where I thought damn near he was no Stanionis was about to go down right there for real. Honestly, for real. But Stanionis, he stayed up and he was fighting. He was hitting Boots with some good shots last night. You know what I'm saying? Some good right straight hands last night. Stanionis left hook was definitely a little bit dangerous, a little bit as well. But no, Boots defense was on point. Majority to me, in my opinion. Boots definitely got hit with some shots from Stanionis, but it wasn't nothing crazy. I think Boots definitely got to stay locked in because he was showboating a little bit last night. Stay locked in, man. Um, like I said, with some of them bigger fighters, and some of the big fights that you get into more in your career, Boots. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to showboat against everybody. You know what I mean? Stay locked in, man. Cause you can have a bad night and all that showboating shit gonna be over with. You know what I mean? So stay locked in for sure, man. But Boots put on the masterclass, the body shots, man. I love body shots. I love watching fighters attack the body in fights. And I feel like that's the way to win a fight in any fight. You know what I'm saying? Personally. Go to that body, man, and then you set up your combinations and everything. And Boots did an amazing job with that last night. Bozy was on point in the corner with Boots, keeping them on track and everything. Um, Stanionis, he said he was all gas, no brakes, and he brought the fight. Like he was coming forward throughout the whole fight. And no, Boots, he did exactly what I said. He was gonna fight on the outside. Boots' footwork is amazing, man. His hand speed, all amazing as well, man. Boots is really one of them guys. Like he really is one of them guys, and I've been saying this for a while about Boots. And I just think he just needed the right competition for him to up his game and up his level. And he exactly did that last night. He put on one of those similar performances that he did with Roman Villa last night that I was saying throughout this whole entire week for the fight. I'm like, this is gonna be one of them Roman Villa type fights for Boots. The competition is up for him. He's gonna be up for the fight. He gonna stand and deliver, and he definitely stand and deliver last night, man, for real. And all of y'all Boots haters, man, where y'all at? Where y'all at? With all of that shit saying Boots ain't that guy and he ain't a lead and saying that some of y'all thought Boots was gonna lose the fight. Y'all thought Stanionis was gonna beat Boots last night. Like where y'all at? Like I don't see y'all. Like a lot of people was talking crazy about Boots running his name down. And then there's another thing that bothered me last night. I gotta mention this too. The commentary, man. And I gotta go with Eddie Hearn on this too. I do not like the commentary that they did on the fight last night for Boots. They was downplaying Boots like leading up to the fight, saying that Boots fought bad his last fights and everything, and um he ain't fought the best competition, and they was just really downplaying Boots before the fight, bro. And it was just nasty work just to watch and hear them downplay Boots like that, man, for real. Cause I was like, damn, Eddie Hearn just be letting them talk about his guys like this before the fights. They just be really like the commentary for these fights on the zone be so trash. Like it be so trash. Like KQ, I can listen to KQ all day do commentary, man, because he the best at what he does, man. So anybody watching fights, hey, listen to KQ KC boxing, man, on the commentary. Like he's amazing on the commentary on boxing. Like them commentary guys on the zone, Sergio Moro, like they be hating, bro. Them boys be shitting on them fighters, man. Like, and Eddie Hearn just be allowing that shit. Like, I know he be hearing these guys say this shit that they be saying, but he never like say nothing about this shit. He just be letting them shit on they shit on his fighters. He don't care. Like, he just don't give a fuck. Hey, what my boy D1 said, he said they down playing right now. He said, "Oh, Chris Mannix is the worst." Yeah, Chris Mannix is horrible, bro. Like, I can't stand that guy, bro. Like, he's really a real fucking casual for real. He really don't be knowing shit about fucking boxing for real. He said KQ, yeah, KQ definitely the GOAT. Definitely the GOAT for sure. The GOAT at commentary in boxing. Anyone watching any fights, check out KQKC boxing channel on any fight commentary, man. He's the GOAT at it for sure. That's my dog. Subscribe to him as well. And subscribe to my boys D1 and William Old School Angry White Man podcast as well, man. Show my guys some love, man, for sure, man. Great boxing content, man. They be cooking on a daily basis. D1, I see you, man. You be working with the content every day, man. You be making me want to work, man. So that's why I've been trying to grind and push content as much as well, man. You definitely, man. Salute to you, brother, for sure. Eddie Hearn is a clown, the biggest clown, one of the biggest promoters clowns out here. Like, bad. Like, and he just be letting them shit on him, man. Boots don't deserve that slander like that from them guys on the commentary, man. Especially if he signed with them, and it even furthermore brings me to that's supposed to be Boots' last fight on the deal with Matchroom, right? But we looking at the post presser where you got Eddie Hearn. They talking like they gonna be working together. They gonna be trying to put this together next and all of this and all that and everything. And I'm just looking at it. I'm like, bro, like Boots, get the hell away from Eddie Hearn, bro. Get the hell away from them guys. I don't want to see you with them, bro. Like, bro, like you want the Mario Barrios fight? The only way you're gonna get it is you go over there to PBC to get it. And if you were signed with PBC, I feel like your career would be a lot more better. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can groom you into a star. They'll let you do your Boost promotion and try to groom you into a real star, a real pay-per-view star. And they'll get you some of them fights that you want. You want a unified 147? Okay, Mario Barrios over there. We'll feed you him. You want the fight with Brian Norman? We dealing with Top Rank. We working with them real closely with a lot of fights. You with us? We can try to get that fight to happen with Brian Norman. It makes much sense for Boots to be with PBC than be over there with Matchroom Boxing and with Eddie Hearn trying to get the fights with other promotional companies on the other side. PBC just fed Stanionis to you last night. They ain't gonna be so willing to feed Mario Barrios to you like that, especially if they ain't making no money off of you. So if Boots was signed with PBC, I think it'd be easier for him to get the Mario Barrios fight. Like it'd be way easier for him to get that fight. And it makes much sense too, business wise. I mean, just look at what Eddie Hearn and them. Eddie Hearn didn't defend Boots much at all when Boots was going through the whole Virgil Ortiz slander about him ducking the Virgil Ortiz fight. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't defending him. Like Eddie Hearn let Turkey and let Ring Magazine and all of the media shit on Boots with that shit. He didn't defend him. Just like Eddie Hearn ain't even defending Shakur 100% with Turkey and all of the shit that's going on with him right now. So I'm just saying in general, Eddie Hearn has a track record of not defending his fighters, specifically American-based fighters that he has on his staple. He do not defend them guys. And Boots, if you want that Barrio, you want to really unify, your better road to unify would be with PBC. Ty said, no, Eddie is a snake, just like Tank said. Facts. D1 said, it's all good. Cam, that's why I'm here, bro. I'm glad. I'm glad you got motivated. I have a worst ethic in life that is second to none. Honest to God, I have motivated anybody in life I have came across in it for sure, bro. You definitely motivate me, bro. You knockout KQ. You know what I'm saying? For nine. You know what I'm saying? So many to name, man. Y'all motivate me to be, working on this content, man. So I'll be trying to cook up, man, and give my opinions and stuff. And then me, I don't be having time to debate these guys like typing like anymore, like on Twitter and on Facebook and on Instagram and stuff. I don't have the time and energy to do that shit. So I'd rather just hop on a live, hop on videos and give my opinions and takes and shoot them out to them to the people, give my content out, and then people decide they can get their comments on the content from there, and it is what it is from there. I don't be tripping about these people, man. Like I don't got time to sit there and debate and type with these people. Like that shit gets on my damn nerves, man. Damn, man. These people, that's what they be wanting me to do. Like people be in my inbox on Facebook, on Messenger, and all of that. Like this shit getting out of control, bro. Like that's why I say I just do my content and I just work and keep my head going forward, bro. For sure, man. Salute D1, man, for sure. Like Ty, you definitely should, Ty. You one of them ones. You know your shit, and you be cooking like and a lot of people will tap in. I'll follow you. You already got a lot of people that want you to do your own content. You definitely should start for sure, Ty. For sure, you definitely should. Like your channel will be booming. Like motherfuckers will fuck with you, and you be having your times where you be wanting to get your certain content out and stuff too, and express yourself and get certain topics out of your head and everything. Yeah, you should definitely do so for sure. It'll definitely help that out for sure. Cause that'd be my thing too. I just be at times be just be wanting to like get content out and just get like I see something that frustrate me, and then I just be like, man, instead of me just talking about it online, I just want to shoot a video and just cover it and just give my opinion on it real quick. You know what I mean? For sure. Yeah, Ty, like you said, having a channel is hard work, but you have a perfect personality. Yeah, it's definitely hard work for sure. But Ty personality and like her wisdom in the game, like especially from a woman perspective in boxing, and she has a real logical perspective. Man, she'll knock it out of the park as she get her channel going for sure. And all of us are helping. I mean, you already know we all gonna help. Help each other grow as much as possible for sure. Like we a family with this boxing shit. You know what I mean? So, uh, but yeah, man, back to Boots. Boots Ennis. I definitely feel like Boots should definitely be with PBC. That's my personal opinion for sure. Shout out to my boy Mag Seven Life, man. Right now I'm talking about Boots. Once I'm done talking about Boots, I'm gonna get into the Shakur and my Tank talk because I got a lot to talk about for Shakur and Tank Davis for sure, bro. So give me some time real quick. But Boots, Boots should definitely be with PBC. I think it makes perfect sense due to the fact that, like I said, Mario Barrios, PBC's not going to feed Mario Barrios to Boots like that. They're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to do that easy. But Boots would have to be signed with PBC for them to give him that fight. And if he wants that Brian Norman fight, I feel like PBC, Stephen Espinoza, Al Heyman, they'll be able to work and get that fight done easier with the fact with them working closely with Top Rank now. You know what I mean? So Boots, you got to make some wise decisions, man, for sure, man. And me personally, I feel like the move with PBC would be a better move, but it looks like Boots is sticking with Eddie Hearn. And then I was watching a post press conference last night, and I was hearing Eddie Hearn speak, saying that he mentioned Bud Crawford name, saying that they want Bud Crawford, and I was like, yo, no, I don't care for that right now because I mean I don't. All right, let me say this: I want the Bud versus Boots fights. I've been calling it. I've been one of the guys that's been pushing for this fight over the last year and a half for for Bud and Boots to happen. But We already know Bud got Canelo possibly. I don't know. But I will say this. If that talk summers down, because I feel like the Bud and Canelo talk is dumbing down a little bit. I think like it ain't as alive as it was. It's been quiet a little bit as far as Canelo versus Bud recently for real. If that fight somewhat don't happen and Boost ain't able to to unify and no, not unify, but if Boost isn't if Boost isn't able to become undisputed, go for that Bud. I mean, go for that Bud fight then. Like I feel like he should definitely go for that Bud fight, but I right now it's really a fight that I'm not really concerned to talking about. So when people talk like Eddie Hearn speaking about that shit, it's irrelevant to me in my opinion for real. And then Eddie Hearn as well, he mentioned um read Ty's comment. He said, I can't see it happening simply because Turkey is all over the place and we all know Canelo does what he wants. Facts. Yeah, exactly too. Canelo, I said I mentioned this a couple of days ago as well too. I heard Chris Eubank Jr. pop out talking about he possibly might be in line to get a Canelo fight. So it's like you hear that, and I'm like, damn, which one? Like, what's going on? Like I don't know what's going on for us Canelo. Like, and everything is subject to change with Turkey and them. And Turkey tries to make all of these, drastic plans for these fights ahead of time. And a lot of this shit don't be panning and work out for them ever for real half of the time. You know what I mean? But it's just nasty work. And I think Bud and Boots, I would love that fight if it would happen. But I just don't see it happening. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn speaking about it, I feel like it's irrelevant for him to talk about at the moment. And then at the post press conference as well, we had Eddie Hearn speak about. I'm just gonna get a drink of water real quick. We had Eddie Hearn speak about Brian Norman as well. Brian, and not even let alone Eddie Hearn, Bozy, and no, even Boots coming out finally with some personality a little bit. They all was cooking Brian Norman, pretty much saying that they offered the man, up to $2 million, and the guy only fought for 100,000, and then he turned the fight down and everything. They was going at Brian Norman crazy last night, which was real interesting, and I liked it. I liked it. I definitely liked it, and I felt like it was well needed. I felt like the Normans, they Brian Norman Sr. be going at Boots heavy all the time to where I felt like Bozy and Boots don't say much. They real humble guys. They Bozy, you see him in interviews speaking and stuff, but Boots don't say much for real, honestly. And I felt like they needed to, go ahead and speak on this shit out there after the fight, and go ahead and expose them boys, and keep putting that shit out there and standing on that shit. Cause that man Brian Norman definitely had the opportunity to fight Boots Ennis last year, and he ducked the fight. He didn't want the fight, and that's the facts of it. And right now, you got Brian Norman. He talked about they pushing the fight Mario Barrios and the Jen Sasaki dude, which is Jen Sasaki's number 2 in the WBO at 147. Like, bro, you ain't even pushing the fight Boots for real. You pushing the fight these other guys. But y'all always attaching y'all name to Boots though. Every time y'all in y'all interviews, y'all talking about Boots, Boots, Boots. Then I done heard that you said his performance was regular last night. That's some nasty work. They call that performance regular. You know them boys, Brian Norman Jr. and Senior, both of them boys seen that performance last night. They know they was over there nervous as hell. Them boys don't want to no damn smoke with Boots for real. They doing the same shit that Shakur doing, attaching their name to Tank Davis and saying and calling them out, saying they want to fight them, but then they taking other fights for easy paydays. They doing the same shit. Same exact shit. Ain't no damn difference. Like Brian Norman attached his name to Bruce Ennis and talks about wanting to fight him, but ain't fighting him though. Ain't even trying to move by action to fight him. And we supposed to believe in the Norman's word. Like, come on, man. I like what Bruce Ennis did last night in that post press conference. And another thing to mention too, um they was real being a little bit safe on like certain names, like after the fight, like the actual the post fight interview and the post press conference. They didn't really want to say too many names on who they want to fight, but they did, you know, put out that they do want to become undisputed. So like I said with Boots, his whole thing is he wants to become undisputed. And then, Boots did mention about the weight, saying that, pretty much saying the same thing he said before in the press conference, in the final presser, saying that, he felt like his weight is good, that, that he didn't have a tough weight cut at all, like that he felt like he was fine. And this is my thing as far as the weight with Boots. If Boots feels that he can wake weight, like, and become undisputed, I'm fine with that. I don't want it to be no Earl Spence 2.0 situation where he drained himself out the weight class. You know what I mean? I don't want that for him. I really, hope he really takes heat on this. And I want Boots to, be comfortable. If you comfortable and you really think like you can make weight, and try to capture those other two titles at 147, because I ain't gonna lie, I think 147 is definitely a big weight class for you. I mean, a small weight class for you. It's a small weight class for you, and you definitely should consider the 154. But I'm all with Boots wanting to become undisputed and continuing to stay at 147 and conquer his dreams. You know what I'm saying? He just conquered one of his dreams last night. So I'm all for him doing so last night. You know what I'm saying? For sure. You know what I'm saying? So salute the Boots Ennis, man, becoming the 147-pound unified champion. Has the Ring Magazine belt as well to mention. Amazing fight, put on a master class, man. A lot of dudes is gonna be scared to fight Boots after that performance now, man. Like, he really put on, bro. He did exactly what I called for last night. I said he gonna have one of them Villa type performances, and he definitely did that shit last night. He did his big one last night, man. And I'm excited to see what's next for Boots, man. And to me, it seemed like he's gonna stay with Eddie Hearn the way they was talking, because they're basically talking like they have, like, they're planning stuff, and they're gonna get together and sit and and try to plan what's next for him and everything. And I just feel like, man, Boots would be so much better if he was over there at PBC, man. Like, they would get him all the way together. Get him all the way together. He'll become a pay-per-view star. The way they grooming David Benavidez right now, Boots can be the same way. He could be the same exact way with PBC. Like, he'll be way better off at PBC for sure. Like, but salute the Boots, man. And let me bring up to the final topics, man, for the show, man. Um, and I may open it up, man. Open up a panel, man, for some people to join if they want to come up